Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M10 RBFM. It's a Tier 5 French turreted tank destroyer. It's located on the south spawn of Ghost Town and it's under the command of D-Tronics UK of REBRN. Now he's got a 76mm gun which is capable of 115 alpha, penetrating 130mm of armor with standard ammo, and with the APCI it goes up to 170, so it's quite a potent little tank destroyer, but it is basically just an M10, an American tank destroyer with French crew. Now it's actually quite good. A lot of players like the M10 simply because it does have decent pen on the enemy. So if you've got a premium tank destroyer like this, you can get your crews trained up much quicker than with standard tanks. And well, a lot of players like the M10 RBFM. I think they do anyway. I do. I certainly think it's a very good one. Okay, so he's on the top of the hill and he's looking for a target. Nothing in sight yet. We can see a T1 Heavy and a T34 were spotted on the mini-map. They've been spotted by our guys in the town. Looks like our M4A1 just took a couple of hits from the enemy tanks. Oh, and yeah, D-Tronics, before he even fires, has been hit by a Cromwell in the tracks. So there must be a Cromwell somewhere along that line of sight. Now he's blind firing into the bushes on the other side of the map, although I'm not so sure he's going to hit anything that way. I think that's just a waste of ammo, to be honest. There normally is a tank destroyer up there on top of the hill, but he can't see where it is at the moment. That Skoda just took some damage as well. So there must be an enemy watching him. And there's the enemy. It's the Cromwell. And he's actually sitting in those bushes just at the edge of town. And he must have been the one that was firing at us. That shell missed, but this one should go straight. Yep, and he gets a nice hit, high roll, and the Cromwell misses on the return shot and pulls back behind the building. There's an enemy type T34 on the west side, but we can't hit him because he's outside view range. And he's been joined by an M4A1. Now the Cromwell's pulled back because I think he was being spotted by the Skoda and the T34-85, and he didn't want those guys to hit him either. And we've got an M46 up. There's an A46 up there as well, I believe. Yep, there he is. No shots in the town yet. Heavy tanks have gone to the usual positions. Here's the Cromwell. I think he's just blind firing on the off chance that one of those connects with the bushes. You never know, there might be an enemy tank hiding in the bushes, and well, the SU-122A just fired a round in there. At least I think it was him. It might have been the gorilla instead. And the SU-122A just got a kill. He killed the M4A1 on that side, so that's good shooting by him. And now we've got a T1 Heavy in the town square, and this is where the M10 really comes into its own. It's very fast fire rate, 3 seconds each shot, and they do a lot of damage. And before he can get the next shot off, the T1 Heavy is killed by our KB1. Still blind firing those bushes just on the off chance. You don't have a whole lot of ammunition with the M10, so it's probably not advisable to waste too much blind firing bushes. Might be a round that you need later on. In fact, there's an AMX on the enemy team, an AMX ELC Biz, who's moving up on the east side of the map, but he got sorted out by one of our tanks. We've got a Churchill 1 over on the far east side of the map, which is an odd place for a heavy tank to be, but we do have a pair of Valiants in the town, and they're holding that KB222 at bay. There's the SU-122A in the aim. Whoa! Round just went out. Seems the enemy guerrilla just killed our A46 up on this side of the map. Now D-Tronics has decided that he needs to help his teammates push on this side. And there's a good chance he might be able to shoot at some of the enemy tanks in the town if he can get sight lines on them. He's just having a quick look. No, can't see the T220. That's the problem with the M10 RBFM. It's very slow. It really does need that turbocharger that you could put in it. He's having a quick check. Can he see that one? No, he can't. And here's the Skoda. He doesn't want to push this guy out of the bush because that would expose him to enemy fire, and he's not about to do that. I think he's going to move up to these bushes and see what he can see. You never know. You might see an enemy tank going through the town. Sometimes they do come into sight and then you can hit them. We know that Cromwell's somewhere around. Just don't know where. Oh, and there's an M10 and a Striv moving through the town. He sees the M10. Gets his first shot in. Go for another. Yep, gets that. Unfortunately, can't get a third shot in. But that M10 was a one shot and the SU-122A claimed him. So he's now dead. The enemy Cromwell was just spotted a brief moment ago. He was up on top of the hill near the enemy cap area. I think the Skoda T25 saw him. And there's the Striv M4257. Puts one round into him. Goes for a second, gets it. He's now badly damaged. And he was spotted, so our teammates near the cap should be able to get him. He's following. Yes, he has been hit. And he was just hit by Arty. He's been stunned. He's a one shot and he's gone. The Churchill got him. Well, I think that's persuaded D-Tronics that he can move on up. There are two tanks up on the enemy now. But it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win this game outright. You can't count on numbers sometimes. It can actually turn all against you badly in unexpected ways. He's decided to go into the town. There's the Cromwell. No shot from here. As far as we know, there's no enemy tanks in the town, but the enemy have got 3 Arty, an AMX ELC, a Wizzy 131 GFT, and that Cromwell. And he's got no shot in the Cromwell. He's behind that rock. He's fending off the attentions of our T-34-85, and the Skoda's moving up to help him. But I have the feeling that D-Tronics is more interested at this moment in getting the enemy Arty, who are probably over on the east side of the map. Now, will he get spotted by the Wizzy 131? There's the Gorilla! He didn't hide himself very well. He's right out in the open. One more shot to kill. Yes, got him. And the M44's been spotted, so Pascucci's possible. One more. And he gets that. So he gets the Pascucci's. Now he just needs to find that Wizzy 131, and his sixth sense hasn't gone off yet. There's the M41. Oh, Dumitru's on the cards if he can get this. Only he gets it with one shot. Amarac's the guy. And potential high caliber as well now as well. But that Cromwell has managed to kill our Skoda. And he's now going after the T-34-85. He's a one shot. We're turning the turret. It's got very slow turret rotation, the M10 RBFM. Oh, he's stiff. And he's lost. We've lost the T-34. But he kills the Cromwell with the next shot. And that means now there's only one enemy Wizzy 131G facing D-Tronics and the SU-122A. We just lost the M44 to the Wizzy, and we know where he is. He's down in the south. That's why he wasn't spotted. There was me thinking the Wizzy 131 would stay near his cap to guard it, but nope, he decided to go on the offensive. And our SU-122A's decided to come down from the hill. and he's trying to hide around the corner, which is a smart move, because if he stayed where he was, the Wizzy 131 just go straight up on the hill, find him and kill him. And he's just got to find this Wizzy 131 though, and that's going to be a problem. Oh, he's found him! The worst possible way. The guy's aiming at us, and a big hit from the first shot. He's moving. He needs to get into cover quick. Oh, God, that was close. Unfortunately, he's lost half his hit points with that shot from the enemy, and he's now kind of boxed in here. If he pops out either side, the Wizzy 131G is going to spot him, and he can't turn up the avenue behind him because that might be in direct line of sight of the Wizzy. So he's got to make a choice. Which way does he come out? See that massive hole through the side of the vehicle. I think he's decided he has to pull back. There's the Wizzy! Oh my God, he's come up this way. He's a 3-shot at least. He's not going to get the time for it. And he's wiped out. Yeah, that was sad but inevitable. That guy has got a very big gun, which is very, very capable of taking out enemy tanks with a couple of shots. And unfortunately, the 76mm gun on the M10 just couldn't put out enough damage quickly enough to take out that Wizzy. So D-Tronics did all he could, but at least he got a Dumitru's medal out of it. And the SU-122A, well, he's driving towards the enemy cap, but I suspect that the Wizzy 131, rather than going looking for him, will just cap. Yeah, he's headed for the cap now, the RSU-122, but will he get in time? I don't know. I doubt it. They're saying no cap, and in fact, actually, technically speaking, he shouldn't really cap, because it does advertise to the enemy exactly where you were, where you are, and it's such an open cap on Ghost Town that if he was to actually go into the cap, yes, it wouldn't take the Wizzy 131 long to actually turn up, but he is capping now. But luckily the SU-122A does have a very good range, which means that he can hit his own cap from here, but all he can do is guess exactly where the Wizzy 131 GFT is and fire rounds in. He's got no idea exactly, but he's looking for any trace or any sign. He'd probably get at least a couple of shots off. There's the first. He's got the 152mm howitzer. This SU-122A is based on the SU-76, and he's decided to start capping. That might persuade the Wizzy 131 to stop capping and try and come and kill him, but no, he's continuing. The actual SU-122 actually looked more like an SU-85, funnily enough. The SU-122A is entirely fiction, I'm afraid. It's wargaming, coming up with a fake tank. He'll get, I think, one more shot if he's lucky, and that will be it. And the enemy will win. Yeah, unless he gets a reset in the next couple of seconds, because it's going to take 3 or 4 seconds for the shell to fly there. And that's it. It's all over. I'm afraid it's a loss on this occasion. And that's fairly sad. So let's have a look at the end of battle results, and we'll see how he managed to get on. And it's a first class tanker for D-Tronics in the M10 RBFM. And it's the first time he's had a first class tanker in this tank destroyer. He got a demolition expert. He blew up one of the enemy tanks that he hit. That was the M41. He also got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly, and a 5 effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. He got an epic medal. He got the Dumitru's medal for killing all 3 enemy Arty. and his win rate from that battle was 9,996, which is super income standard, but sadly I'm afraid it was a loss. Let's have a look at the scores. Yep, he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went with the high caliber and Invader to the Wizzy 131 GFT, got 2,511 hit points of damage. The next highest scorer being D-Tronics, who got the Dumitrus for 2,313. And the next high score after that will be the M44 in the enemy team, taken out by D-Tronics. He got a Confederate and 1,733 hit points. When it came to kills, he shared the top spot with the Wizzy 131 GFT. They both got 4 kills each, 2 kills for the M44, T3485, the SU122A, and the Gorilla, the Cromwell, and the ELC on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it was the Wizzy 131 GFT who did the best with 866. Then came D-Tronics with 745. Even in a losing game, he still did very, very well indeed with a lot of hit points, and that's why he scored so highly on the base XP. And the next high score after that was the M44 that he killed with 706 base XP. He fired 36 rounds, got 20 direct hits and 20 penetrations, damage of 2,313 hit points, of which 1,484 were at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits from the enemy, 2 of them penetrated. Those are the Wizzy 131 shots, and 1 non-penetration. That was a shot from the Cromwell while he was sitting up on top of the mountain, and it was a lucky shot at that. 3 enemy vehicles were spotted, 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, 4 killed, and 470 hit points of spotting assist. On a premium count, he earned 59,840 credits, got 6,525 credits from the Courageous Resistance. That's for getting an epic or a battle hero medal in a losing or drawn game. In this game, he got an epic medal, and that brings up a total of 66,365 credits. And after repair and ammunition resupply, took away a profit of 53,051 credits. He earned 1,117 XP, got 628 for Courageous Resistance, and 698 experience points for this being a premium vehicle. Took away 2,444 experience points altogether. So, good game from D-Tronics' point of view. It was very unlucky that the Wizzy 131 decided to stay on the east side of the map, and he got ambushed basically by that stealthy tank destroyer. The M10 RBFM is quite tall, and it's much easier to spot than the Wizzy 131, and of course he's got a much better gun. So the moment that D-Tronics was spotted, yeah, I'm afraid it was inevitable that that guy was going to get him sooner or later, because he only needed 2 shots to take down D-Tronics, whereas D-Tronics needed about 6 or 7 shots on him to actually make the game certain, and he only got 2 shots on the guy before he had to dive into cover, and from there on it was a lost cause, I'm afraid. But so nice try, D-Tronics, but on this occasion it wasn't to be. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please, and thanks for watching.